All right, guys, welcome to the new consultant training call. And I like to say Q&A because I really like more informal answering questions and kind of brainstorming about things that will help you with your business. But I do want to give you some information tonight. Tawn says she's brand new. I mean, just a day. And so she is learning, and as I'm sure we all are. We were talking about that this doesn't have to be a call that you just come to once. We have different people doing them. Everybody has a different perspective. And a lot of times you will get the totally different message or a totally different perspective in doing that. Hold on. Somebody is needing a link. All right. So we had already heard from some that have been in for a while and some that just started right away, but the message is still the same. We are all going to work with you, no matter where you are in your business, no matter what you're doing, and we're going to do our best to help you succeed, because that is what it's all about. So far as I'm concerned, this is one big happy family. Nobody thinks they're above another. Nobody, titles don't mean anything. You can talk to a national director, which is the highest level in Pampered Chef, and get that same one-on-one caring feeling. And to me, that's worth everything. So we're going to go through some basics here. I'm going to tell you my story to start off with, which is kind of short and sweet, but I started almost 3 years ago, and I joined because I wanted a quick cooker. That was my thing that I really wanted in my kitchen, but I did not have the money to get it, especially not at full price. So I had a party and thought, well, I'll go ahead and get this quick cooker discounted in my party. Well, I loved the party, had so much fun. And the consultant that ran my party said, you really should try this. And I thought, well, there's this special, and I could get the quick cooker for even cheaper. So that's what I did. Well, once I got in, I said 3 months of a free website, 3 months of me being able to earn all those fast track rewards and all the things that they were giving away. I didn't have the money to buy that stuff. So I was excited to get all those things in my kitchen. And once I got started and saw for one thing, the family atmosphere of it, but then when I saw the paychecks coming in, I have been a stay-at-home mom my entire life, raised my kids, homeschooled my kids, and never really did anything for me. We always lived on one income. So you can imagine that we have 4 boys, and so they ate us out of house and home. And so money was tight my entire life. Once I got that first paycheck and I realized that money didn't have to be that tight anymore, I was hooked. So yes, the apron that just came out said, I started with the dough, but I stayed for the dough, or something. I came for the pizza, but I stayed for the dough. That was me. I am here because not only am I blessed emotionally by the friendships that I've made and the people that I've met, and even in my parties, but I am also here because I have paid off a lot of debts. I have paid off hospital bills. I have been in places that I had cash in my pocket and had to go to children's hospitals 2 hours away with my grandchildren for emergency surgeries, and I didn't have to worry about it. I had gas money and I had things that I needed. So this business has blessed me beyond measure. And that's why we're here tonight, because I want it to do the same for you. I want you to have your story. Everybody will have one, and everybody's is different. But I'm excited to help you and to see you have your story. So I'm going to run through a little bit of a slideshow just because I'm 50 and I will forget things if I don't. So I am going to share my screen and hopefully, let's see here. All right, can you see everything there? Somebody could just nod their head so I know that you can see my screen. All right, thank you. All right, so like I said, you are part of a family now. This was a retreat that before COVID we were able to have, and it truly changed my business. So if you ever do get an opportunity to do one of the retreats or things that they plan for you, it is amazing. And it really does help to give you a little more focus and a little more understanding. But this was where I realized how much these friendships mean. And so you're part of the family. So I'm welcoming you to the family and so thankful that you are here too. You have become a part of one of the best companies. We are owned by Berkshire Hathaway, who is owned by Warren Buffett. We are stable. I have been amazed through COVID how much they have overcome. When all other companies were struggling and really fighting, we did go through a time where shipping was really bad, but they did not buckle under and say, oh, well, it just can't be done. They built a bigger shipping area to help us get through those times. And I've just been amazed at how they have your back. As a business, they have your back. We are in our 41st year. We've weathered all those up and downs, and we've grown. This is not your fly-by-night company. This is not something that is just going to be gone tomorrow. One of the greatest things that you'll learn in this business, and the greatest benefit to you, is when you go out and they find out that you sell Pampered Chef, that everybody's going to say, oh, I love Pampered Chef, or I remember Pampered Chef. And so you have that to help you along too. It's not something you have to explain to somebody. Everybody loves it. They have an integrity and in their business and the way they conduct things that you can have confidence all the time. You can totally depend on customer service and support. If you have any problems, please use that number. Please use the chef bot in your consultant's corner. Those things are going to help you to do all the technical things if you have trouble. If your customers have trouble with orders or shipments or anything like that, they're going to be there. You're not alone in this. You're not left out there. So make sure that you are using those tools that they've given you and that you can depend on them to work it out for you. So as new consultants, you have a ton of things, and we were just talking about this. There's a lot of chats and there's a lot of calls. And those calls, I remember when I first started, I thought there is no way that I need to be in calls. But you will find that you will learn something in these calls every time you're on. Even if you've been in for a long time, we still learn things. It's one of the joys of the business to me, because it keeps me a little sharper. It keeps me focused on that. The chats, please use those, especially your new consultant chat. You may think a question is silly or doesn't need to be done, but there's probably 10 other new consultants that have the same question. So please use those, ask questions. That's what we're there for. This call, you're here tonight, which is amazing. But if you feel like that, we'll do another one in December, the 1st of December. If you feel like you'd like to watch that one, come on in. Nobody's ever restricted. Use the calls for you and for your information. You still do have your director who is above you, or your recruiter, and you do have uplines above that, because like I said, it doesn't matter who it is. We have somebody here that will help you. The greatest part is you will grow. You will grow emotionally and financially. This will support your why. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in a few minutes, but you will need a why. You will need to kind of think about what this business would be for you and what it can be. And then you're going to have the support you need to reach that why. You're going to have people, you're going to have systems, you're going to have home office, you're going to have people that are going to stand behind you. We are one of the fastest growing organizations in the company. We are 2 weeks away from becoming a national team. Jennifer will be our national leader then, and we are so super excited to be a part of, I think we're number 43 out of the entire company. So I am super excited about that for her and for us, because that gives us a lot of benefits. So you're in the right place. You're going to be able to succeed, and we're going to help you every way that we can. So we talked about the why a little bit. So I want you to start thinking about that. I want you to dream big. If you could achieve anything, what would it be? And I'm not talking about could you achieve, just something teeny tiny, like, well, I was going to say a tank of gas, but that's not so teeny tiny anymore. But, if it was just something small, that's great. But I want you to dream a little bit bigger. I want you to think about something that would completely transform your life, that you would be so incredibly proud of, whether it's being with your kids, whether it's a trip, whether it's paying off debt, whatever it is, think about what that would be. So think about what that dream would mean. If that dream were to come true, what would it mean for your life? And I want you to think about it specifically as, how has it changed your life? For me, I don't have the stress that I used to have. When it came time to pay bills, or when we're getting ready to go into the Christmas season, when it came time to buy Christmas presents, it was a huge amount of stress on my shoulders. I don't have to worry about that anymore. That is completely taken care of. So it is freedom in living this way. Your life can be changed. Just don't limit yourself. I want you to believe in what you can accomplish and the things that you want to do. So here's a couple of true stories about a couple of people, and they have kind of a different type of story. And I know that, you're new consultants, but I want you to realize that this is for anybody, no matter where they are in their business. Even people who have left, because you're going to be building your own business, and you may find somebody who used to sell Pampered Chef years ago, and find that they could have their own why, that they could come back and do things better. It's a totally different world now. I mean, when I think of the treks that some of these consultants did with in-home parties and the things that they had to do, we are blessed to be able to run our businesses like we are. Lori came in. She's been in about 3 years. We've been in about the same amount of time. And she came in and she did exactly what she was told to do. She just figured, I'll just try whatever they say. She did her contacts like they told her to. She did her parties like they told her to. And her first paycheck was like $2,000 or something. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. Just because she got on the system, she did the work, put in the effort for the messaging to get outside of her circle. And it's not always the easiest thing to think. I know for me, I was thinking family, friends, maybe some people that I knew, from school or from my kids' sports teams, those kind of things. But it's just a matter, and we have a Frank's list that I'll put in the new consultant chat, that is something just to kind of help you jog your memory. But get those messages out, because it really does pay off, and she is proof of it. Then we have Kayla Hay. Kayla was in the business for 7 years, but she was kind of like a hobby consultant. She would do parties every once in a while. She might do more parties around Christmas time to have money just to buy Christmas gifts or something like that. Um, and then she decided, I'm just going to try to run this business. And so she buckled down. She did her messaging. This girl is unreal. Within a year, I don't even think it was her first full year, she won one of the top awards in the company just because she just tried, asked, and did the work. So I want you to know it's there for you. Anybody that's ready to roll can do these things. Talking about the contacts and the messaging, this may seem overwhelming when I say this, but 30 contacts a day and talk to every host before the party about maybe becoming a consultant. That 30 contacts a day may sound overwhelming, but it's not. For one thing, you can count your people in your party. You can count those people that you're contacting, talking to, getting to know. You can also break it up. If you have, depending on what your day is, I was talking about my day is crazy. I have grandbabies. I never know when they're going to nap, when they're not going to nap. And so I can break mine up. I can do 10 in the morning while I'm fixing breakfast. And then I can do 10 when the baby naps. And then I can try to do 10 at night. That's my 30 contacts a day right there. It's not going to hurt to do a few extra. You know, if you have a good party with a lot of people in it, go ahead and, you know, get those messages out, say hello, get to know them, become a real person to them. That's one of the major blockages that you will find in virtual, as far as I'm concerned, is, you know, it's not like an in-home where you can walk up to them, you can talk to them, and you can, you know, see like what their interests are or what excites them in a party. So that's going to be what your messages are going to do. They're going to help you to get to know the people that are in your parties. Asking every host before the party, just let them know, would you like to do this? Have you ever thought about doing this? One of the greatest blessings you will have in this business is watching others succeed. It is crazy to even think of it that way, but that is the truth. That is what will make the difference in your business. So make sure you're asking them, give them the opportunity. Let them know that they have the same opportunity you have. In one of our messages that we send out, we said, would you like to have my paycheck? Because they would easily be able to flip the party and they could start their business out. You could help them and they could get the paycheck too. So that's always a good thing. This is something super important because a lot of you have extra things, which I think November the 30th is the last day for our extra $100. But if you were to have someone qualify by November 30th, you would get some extra money, but it has to be, I think, within your first 30 days. So you need to know what that 30-day mark is. Find out what your 30-day mark is and what your 90-day mark is. Those are the dates that your fast track awards are going to be given. So you're going to want to know what's coming up, how much time you have. You can kind of plan out how you want to work it. With most of you guys, you're going to go through the first of the year with your 90 days. And so when we hit January, that's when we start earning trip points for the next year's trip. So you are going to want to get in on that. Believe me, you're going to want to have your January, some bookings in there. You're going to want to have a game plan to kind of get you started because who doesn't want to take a free trip? I mean, that would be amazing. If you don't know your 30-day and your 90-day dates, contact your director. They will have them and they can let you know what they are. Mark them on a calendar, put them in front of your desk if you have a desk, put them on a sticky note on your laptop, whatever, but those are important dates for you to know. All right, goals. This is our last little screen. These are the things that are available to you in these first 90 days as a consultant. And these, I mean, if I had $3,000 that somebody just had laid out there for me, I would not want to walk away and not try to get that money. So this is simple. It is not terribly hard, but for each new team member that you get $100 cash. And there again, that has to be in your first 90 days. And they are $12.50, which we had already talked about. Some had already hit their $12.50 for themselves. So you realize how fast it can be done. Then another $100, and that's through November the 30th. So the double cash reward would be fantastic to try to get in before the end of the month. And then you get Pampered Chef dollars, which is kind of just like a Pampered Chef gift certificate, something that you can use on whether you need supplies or whether you need small gifts, or if you need something to show, like if you're doing demos, if you have a tool that you need, all of that can be used on that. So that's up to $3,000 in that first 90 days that you can earn. So don't discount recruiting, even though you're brand new, even though it may seem crazy. We are here to help you train those people. You do not have to do this on your own. So I want you to know that it's okay for, if you're business minded and you want to, move with this, it is okay for you to go ahead and start asking people, would they like to be recruited on your team. The other thing is, it's so much more fun when everybody's doing it together. So you would be able to have somebody that you could ask questions with, plan things with. It's just so much more fun when everybody is doing it together. All right, guys, that's my spiel that I have to give you, just so that you have almost all the information things. But now I want to ask you, has anybody had questions? I know Tana's just started, so she's probably got a million questions. She's just starting her launch party, but anything that anybody has questions about or things that they need help with? Who has parties booked already?
I do.
Yeah. One. Are you setting?
I do.
You do? Are you setting them up on your own?
For the most part, I may have a few questions here and there, but that I've already got answered, of course. Candace answered them. And I feel like I'm doing better.
Okay. Yep, that's what it takes.
I did the last 3 by myself.
Good job. That's, the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Hi, this is Jackie. I have 4 booked for this month so far, till the end of the month.
Yay, very good. Now, are these the first 4 that you'll be doing?
Yes, it is. And my upline, Bethany, has been a tremendous help.
Awesome. Yeah, those first few, and that's one thing that I don't think was in the slides, but you really want to try to get 4 parties as soon as you can. And usually, even when I recruit, I ask, do you think you could do you have family support? Do you have friends? Do you have coworkers that would do those parties? And if you have any doubt about it, just put some feelers out, and you can tell anybody who's thinking about signing up that very same thing. See if you can get 4 parties. Those 4 parties, if you get them close together like that, you're going to learn just like you would learn on-job training. When you first start a job, you learn by doing. You learn by doing the same repetitive things over and over in the systems that that job entails. And that is just what doing the parties are. So even if you got in there and you did 4 parties in 1 week and you thought, oh my goodness, that is just way more than I want to do with my schedule, that's fine. But you have learned the skills by doing the parties close like that. So I highly recommend. And if you want to make good money and you want to recruit and you want to build your business, it's pretty much a must. Even for us that are, you know, already promoted in a certain place, if we want to promote or go higher, or if we want to keep a good, consistent business, we have to follow those same rules ourselves. We're not asking you to do anything that we won't be doing ourselves. Is everybody okay with?
Kayla said in the chat, when you say, oh, sorry. Kayla said in the chat, when you say 30 people a day, is that recruiting to be a team member or simply asking them to buy from us, or both?
That is usually booking parties. The goal for me, for my business, and I think a lot of others, the best place for you to get your bookings is from your parties. So if you are asking within those parties, every single person in that party, whether they ordered, whether they didn't order, whether they made a comment, doesn't matter. But if you send them a message, I try to send messages when the party starts. Get that line of communication open. You will have those people who will not answer you back. You will be able to see that they haven't even seen the message because you're not friends. But if they accept a friend request, I usually will definitely thank them for that. I will tell them, welcome to the show. I will give them the link in my message and say, thank you. Here's a link that you can browse the products. I don't mention anything about buying. And then I'll let them know that I'm there if they have any questions. So I do that with try to do it with every member as they come in. That's messaging right there. That's relationships. And then you will be able to go back to those people and ask for parties. So the main goal is parties. I'm reading chat now. Yes, a lot of people do that. A lot of, Deanna said that she asked a lot of people to, on the team first, because a lot of times if you ask that first and you say, oh, I don't know if you've ever thought about joining my team, then they may say absolutely not, but they would be more inclined to maybe book a party. So that is definitely a possibility. Any other questions about bookings? All right. So I know that we're headed into, well, first of all, we have Black Friday deals. So make sure, I know that we're sharing templates back and forth. So your templates, because this just came out, more than likely are not going to have these Black Friday specials. If you are a member of the Carpenter group, I saw that she put some things up today in the DeNicholas org page. We've been trying to get all of the directors to put up different ideas so that we can help the consultants with how to market that. So watch for those, but make sure that you're adding those to your parties. This is the first time ever that that's been available, and it could be huge in your parties for people that are Christmas shopping. I mean, these are really, really good deals on some of our highest quality products. So I'm super excited about it. So make sure that those are in there. We still do have Cyber Monday coming. So we'll find out about that. Yes, she was talking, they put in the chat about the different groups. And if you are in the new consultant group for November, I believe, I was trying to think who did it for me, Joni, I think. She put in there all of the groups. There are tons of groups, and you'll probably find way more than what she even posted. But she tried to put all the groups in there for y'all so that you will know to be in the consultant scoop, to be in the fun and games and the virtual party helps and all of those groups. Today I put the host coaching group in there that Jennifer has for us. But make sure that you're scrolling up in that chat to see all of those that are available, because they are a huge help. If you do have those parties that are like back to back, and maybe some booked off of the other person, I usually try to change up my games, some things like that, because it just makes it a little fresher, makes it a little different. And you know, they don't get bored with it. They'll quit playing if they're just playing the same game and they already know the answers. So that is super helpful. Anybody having any troubles with Post My Party if you're using that? Everybody seems good. All right, so now we're gonna talk about the end of the month. So we are rolling into a holiday month. So my biggest advice to you right now is get your parties, as many as you can, to be before this December cutoff. The December cutoff is the 15th, I believe, 15th or 17th. But try to get your parties in then. We are then going to try to work on some smaller things, because you can do smaller types of parties. And I mean, you can do them anytime, but I like to do them this time of year, because after the cutoff date, a lot of times people are just like, and I mean, it's understandable. It's Christmas. They want to spend time with their families. They want to do things, but you can easily put your smaller parties in 2 or 3 days. Do something that is a service to your customers, and it will generate parties and sales throughout the holiday season. So for our team, we're looking at maybe doing a cookie swap. And for that first 2 days, it'll be pre-party. We'll show some products, we'll do some things, but then the last day we'll put up a video, or you can go live making cookies or showing something like that. And it's only 3 days. It's not a lot of time, and it may be helpful. There's text parties, messenger parties, all kinds of things that you can slip in on these holiday times. Get your parties booked and ready for December 1st, to get yourself going through, all the way through. Has anybody had trouble with people saying no? Has anybody had trouble with how to answer a certain way?
I get no's all the time.
Yeah. I do too. You know, you never know. You get, I can get no's, and we talked about this before everybody came on, but you get those no's of, you know, I already have a consultant. If they already have a consultant, I do not push them. because that is the business. We know that there's other consultants out there. They've worked hard for that booking, or if they got that relationship, then I do not push them. And I thank them for their time. And I usually give them a recipe or something like that. But if it's a no, definitely don't just leave it at a no. Ask them, is there a better time? What is holding them back? Are they worried? Because a lot of times people are just worried they're going to waste your time. And they will tell you, I'm not good at this, or they don't work for me. Don't let that bother you. Just let them know you're going to do your best for them. And, can you just pencil them in for a later date? A lot of times they will say yes. Definitely, if you have people who just say they don't want to book anything for this holiday season or what's going on, definitely always ask, can I book you after the first of the year? Because January is when you're going to want to get right back on your business. Nothing wrong with spending time with your family, doing things for Christmas, but you are not going to want to let your business just sit idle. If you choose to take that week off of Christmas into New Year's, totally fine, but do not disappear. Either have things posting on your business page, or if you have a VIP group started, make sure that you're posting in there. Even on your personal page, you may take things off, that time off for Christmas, but you may be cooking something in your kitchen. Just take a picture of it while you're cooking in your kitchen, put it on your personal page. Just don't let it lay dormant, because you'll find in this business, I had someone message me just the other day, and I've been in it for 3 years, and they're like, oh, do you still sell Pampered Chef? And I'm not a big person to put a lot on my personal page. And so I can understand, but they expect us not to be selling. That is what people expect. So let's surprise them and give them things to see and things that will spark their interest, and give them solutions in how it can help their kitchen and make life easier. Any other questions? So who has a goal? Who has goals? Are they going to be, they can either be financial, do you have a certain level that you want to reach in your fast track awards, or do you have maybe a certain level, maybe you're already aspiring to become a director or something like that? Does anybody have goals?
I do. I want to quit my job and go all the way as high as I can possibly go.
Yes, you can do it. Absolutely do it. Now, first thing that I want you to do though is write it down and put it up everywhere. And I know it sounds crazy. The very first vision board that I ever made, I thought they were insane, and I've still got it over here and everything's off of it. I've done everything that was on it and didn't even realize it till I started looking back. So just put your goals on paper, put them somewhere that you can see them, and it will come to pass if you put in the effort for it, and we're going to help you get there. Let's see here, Jenny, I want to finish my fast track. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Finishing her fast track and just about to hit a director team. That is fantastic. So Jeannie, how long have you been in? How long have you been working at this? Look at that. That's awesome. Not even 2 full months. Great. So see, it can be done. It can be done. Just getting out there, being a little brave, because I know when you're first starting out, sometimes it's a little scary to just take that leap and be a little brave, but go ahead and ask people, would they like to become part of this family? Go ahead and help them to grow and to, become even more. I think that's one of the greatest things that this business has to offer, is that you can do it so much more than you even dreamed. All right, $500. You got this. Y'all are gonna do great. Absolutely wonderful. Anything else that you guys can think of that you need help with, or that you are apprehensive about? Because that's what this is about. We want to be able to train you to do more.
Well, I basically joined to help bring in some more income. My husband works, so I'm a stay-at-home mom. So it'd be nice to be able to pay for some groceries or help with bills. And up on I've got to make my board that I'm, what I want to work towards. We're looking at buying property to build our dream home. So I want to be able to help with that. I think that would be amazing.
You can do it. You can do it. Totally. I think that was one of the things that surprised me the most, was, I kind of came into it a little skeptical, but I can tell you, as a matter of fact, when I had my lady do my taxes last year, she's like, what in the world? Because I told her I did Pampered Chef, and I'm sure she thought it was nothing until she saw that it was something, and it does make a difference in your life. So you can do it. Oh, that's an amazing thing. I wish I had it at your stage in life. I wish I could have, had this little virtual world and been able to, because, that would have taken so much stress off of me as a stay-at-home mom. It really would have.
Yeah. And it's going to give me my identity back.
Yes. Yep.
Because I'm mom. So
Yes.
I'm really excited to start. Like I said, I got my starter kit today.
Yay.
And then I'm going to start getting some parties booked, and
Yes.
I have a feeling I've got a few friends that would want to join our team. So
Awesome.
I'm
And
excited. To start.
Yes, that's the way you need to think. If you think of anybody who would maybe just need a little extra cash, anybody who is in a situation, I see people all the time, and of course now you see people constantly looking for that extra work. They may even have a job already, but they're just looking for a little something extra. This could be it. This could be what they need. So make sure you give everybody the opportunity. Don't take the opportunity away from them, because it could be what they need. Awesome. All right, guys. Has anybody got anything else that they want to share or have questions about? All right. I'm going to let you go about 15 minutes early. But I am so excited for everybody. Please make sure you're in that new consultant chat, and that you scroll up to grab all of the information. Still got a few more things to add in there about Fast Track and things like that. Get your bookings and your messages done. I have a challenge for you. Let's see who can have 4 parties booked in the next 48 hours. So that would be what? what day is it? Thursday. So let's say by Saturday night, everybody has 4 new parties above what you have already. Sounds like a good challenge. I'm going to put it in the chat and we'll see who can get them in there. Sounds good? All right, guys. So glad y'all came tonight. So glad to see everybody. I am super, super excited for each one of you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye, y'all.